What's up, guys, and welcome back for another EVE Online video at last. This is the latest installment in my series as Life as a Corporation Director, and I have to apologise for the gap in my upload dates. If you watched my last video, I did say there might be a gap. I'd tried to upload, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. I have moved house now. So that's what was taking up a lot of my time last weekend, and subsequently that week. And it's not just that I didn't really have time to make a video. There also wasn't really any content. So I could have sat down and chatted away for half an hour, but it would have been about nothing. Didn't have much content. So this is why I'm bringing this to you today. A bit out of sync. Hopefully gonna back into a regular routine now, so hopefully going to be able to start uploading weekly again. I am thinking about moving recording and upload date to Monday nights now. It was on Sundays, but I'm considering Monday night because that's when we have our fleet mining op, and that might provide a slightly better backdrop than just sitting in station spinning the ship. So you guys have got something a bit more interesting to look at. The fleets look pretty good normally, and I'm no longer running those fleets. I just attend now. We have promoted a mining commander. It's not official yet. We haven't set the role up properly or done that yet, but he's run a couple of fleets, a few actually. I've had a chat with him and he's happy to do it. So we've got a mining commander who now runs that Monday evening and other ops when he wants to, and that means I can sit back, put my feet up a little bit on a Monday night, but it also means I can record for half an hour, drop comms for a little bit, record for you guys. So that's what I think I will do. Was going to do it last night, but it was my first time back on comms for a little while, so we got chatting, and so I just sort of didn't want to drop comms to record, so that's what we're doing tonight. I was going to be ratting down in Nullsec. My plan was to do a bit of ratting, but there is some stuff going on at the moment in the Intel channel. So I've decided to not undock and just started recording. Ordinarily I would try and help out, but I want to get this video recorded now. So hopefully when that dies down, we can go and do a bit of ratting, maybe on camera, but we'll see what they say in the Intel channel as we move forward. But that does mean no special skin. As I'm just in my Gila, and you'll have seen this skin before, and actually have a surprising amount to talk about now. It's been relatively eventful, even though I've not played a huge amount. What was I going to say? I'm likely to forget a couple of bits because it's been a while, and I do want to catch up on a whole bunch. I haven't made notes. But it might, I might ramble on, I might go all over the place, but we'll see where we end up. But primarily, I will start by saying there's not been much directorship from my end for the last couple of weeks because of the move and my limited game time. When I have been able to get online, I've been flying very selfishly, just trying to raise a bit of cash and just basically just sort of chill out, because using the game time to chill instead of using it to do your second job, which is EVE Online. So I spent a lot of time down in Nullsec in weapons and mass production space. Again, if you follow the series, you'll know that we're working a bit with those guys at the moment. And so I've been doing a good bit of Nullsec ratting, just running the combat sites, and recently I've also been doing a bit of moon mining because they had some moon ore left over from one of their ops. So I just sat in my Procura just shooting some rocks for a bit, and so that's been nice just to be able to do, just to chill, and then this week start to push back into the director stuff. So I guess just quickly on the weapons of mass production relationship, um, that's still going strong. There's a few of us down here. Like you'll see, obviously I'm in Null. You'll see a Corp member in local, as well as Alliance members. I think there might be another Corp member, but they might be in the fleet. Yes, Salby is in my corporation in DISA, and that's just in local. And there's a whole pocket down here. So we're working quite well with them at the moment, and we have been trying to help them out in their fleets where we can. So for more detail, go and check out Danak's channel, which is gaming since the 70s. Go and check him out. I thoroughly recommend it if you don't already know him. But we helped them take down their final enemy structure in their space last week. I didn't record, unfortunately. It was sort of a case of again limited time, so I jumped on in time for the op. Wasn't able to get my recording stuff set up before we were well underway in the fleet, and I'm still not brilliant at fleet combat, so I like to pay attention, you know. But we got a couple of kill mails out of it. I got last hits on a couple of things. If I go down here, bloody standings increase. You know, it was against Scumlords, taking down their Astros. We got the last hit on one Hurricane Fleet issue, and there's a second Hurricane Fleet issue I got last hit on. That's way too far. That's way too far. Let's see. Come on. There, another one. And so that was really good. We successfully took down the Astrahus. There was defense this time. So basically, with the structure things so far, first one I took part in, it was not defended, so pretty uneventful. Not the most fun in the world, but we took down the structure, which was the main aim, and that was awesome. The second one I was part of was a Fortizar, and a third party turned up in a very strong Loki fleet, and so they pushed us off the field and took down the structure themselves. So obviously we were disappointed to not get to kill the structure, and we lost a few ships and stuff, but the ultimate aim was for the structure to go down, and it did, so sort of shrugged that one off. And then this third one last week, they actually put up a reasonable defense, and so that was really cool to be able to take part in a relatively evenly matched fleet, but our FC and our piloting was, in my opinion, a bit better, and we came out on top pretty heftily in the end, and we got a good number of kills and took down the structure. As I say, go and check out Danak's channel, Gaming Since the 70s. He'll go into much more detail. I don't want to cover the detail hugely here because it's duplicating content, and this is his space. It's in my opinion, it's his content. It's Danak's content for YouTube. I've just taken part in it, so just mentioning the small part I played. But the more details, go and see him. And then in other news, what else I've been doing? It's been the event, which I think finished today, the Guardians Gala. In my opinion, not the best event. Like I did enjoy it. I did enjoy the sites for a while, but they were sort of too long for the rewards. Like I never really felt like it was worth it to really commit some time in there. And when I did, you know, it could take, because I was running them in my Gila, and the Gila could manage, but it would take you know, a long time, a good half an hour nearly to get through one of those sites. Again, I really wanted to put a video out, but it was the day we moved that the event was opened up, so wasn't able to. Um, but interestingly, this is nice with CCP. I disconnected during in Magila during one of the event sites, which was pretty disappointing. Should have been fine. This is what bothered me a little bit. I DC'd, which is whatever, a bit annoying. And obviously I knew I wouldn't have been able to warp out because I was targeted by rats. But there were only 3 or 4 rats left, and my tank should be able to hold them fine, no problem at all. But when I logged back in, the the boss, the MC, had spawned whilst I was disconnected, which was a bit unfair. So that had spawned whilst I was disconnected, and then the tank doesn't hold with those other rats plus the MC. You're basically in the Gila, or at least in my Gila, I have to out DPS the MC, which I can. Ordinarily, it's fine, especially when you're orbiting and stuff. But obviously, if you're taking 100% damage because you're static, the MC killed me whilst I was disconnected, and he wasn't there when I left. By the time I came back, I wasn't there. So because of the DC, I did raise a ticket. It's taken a week, but big thanks to CCP. They did actually refund my Gila. It's here. How? So that was awesome. Big thank you to them. But also, interestingly, I lost it in HiSec. So I was running HiSec Gala site. But they've delivered my Gila to a nullsec pocket. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that, because I do want a Gila in HiSec, and I've got one in nullsec already. But no doubt I will lose this, so having a spare one down here is nice. In the intel chat, they are asking for a fight, so I will stay docked. So the Gala wasn't great, and so the combat sites were fine, as I say, but the rewards for the event chain, there were just a couple of skins, not much else, and the exploration chain was also not brilliant. The drops I got out of the exploration sites were pretty poor. I really didn't get anything exciting throughout the whole event. So to be fair, I didn't actually farm it that much. If people did get some really good stuff out, please let me know. Drop a comment below, because I'd be curious to know whether I just got unlucky and therefore didn't keep really running it, or whether there just really wasn't that great an event this time around. But so that was a big part of the week. Then, as I say, ratting in this thing, and a bit of mining on a moon in my Procurer, which I did lose, but it's quite a tasty moon. So that Procurer had paid for itself many times over. So just get another one and carry on. And then what else? So just because whilst it's fresh in my mind, I'm going to tell you about last night again. So on the mining up, we were mucking around a little bit, and it resulted in this. You'll have seen the thumbnail on the start of the video. Hopefully, I think I put the thumbnail there. I need to nick it off a corp mate. But I had this happen during a HiSec mining op, so that's a bit of a blow. And this isn't that accurate. The Ezekiel board is 1.2 bil. We were mucking about, and it ended up with me accidentally shooting one of my corp members' cans. I'd been popping my own cans, so that's something worth bearing in mind for everyone. If you should be aware, but if you're not aware, in HiSec, unless you want to fight, always have your safety turned on. The green dot here, if Let me just quickly undock so that people can see it if they're not aware. This down here, if you're in high sec, turn it on. Make sure it's enabled so you can't do something stupid like this. That's my first bit of advice, but I hadn't done that because I'd cloned out of null to join the op and was coming back down to null afterwards, so just forgot to change my safety. Second of all, just don't do stupid stuff, really. As I say, my court mates were trolling me a little bit with some of the cans. Like, I was scooping up the ore and they were putting out single cans with metal scraps and some other salvage stuff, and it was all fun and games. I'd picked a few up, and then to stop them being able to do it with those pieces again, I'd jettisoned those cans and then shot them with my drones. I then must have shot what I thought was one of my cans, and it wasn't. And next thing I know, there's an alarm going off, and "What Enderas, you're not welcome here" on my screen, and then a death screen because I've been instantly blapped by Concord. So that was an expensive way to muck about. Very quick way to lose a billion ISK. But still, it was fun. We were just being stupid, so I'm obviously not annoyed about it. There's no point being annoyed about it. We were just mucking about. We laughed about it afterwards, and I've been lent another one, which has been very, very generous. I've been lent one for my to be able to mine with the guys, but also I'm gonna spend my target, if I can, and this is a bit of a challenge, depends how much game time I get this week, is to earn enough, because I'm not very good at earning ISK, so I want to earn enough ISK to buy my ORCA back in, let's say 2 weeks. So I need to not be stupid, I need to not throw away Gilas and Stratiuses and ORCAs for fun, and I need to earn a billion ISK in 2 weeks. That's my target. But also, there's a whole load of other fun stuff. So if I don't meet that target, it's because I'm doing other cool stuff. So I've got to push back on the to the director roles. Let me close this so you can all stop laughing at it. I need to take much more on the director role again. So we're hunting hard for our wormhole. Like Hotback, the CEO, he's had living in a wormhole, hopping around wormholes now for a long time. We're hunting really hard for the wormhole we want to get in. So I spent a full day earlier this week just hopping through wormholes, looking for a specific one of 4, I think we've got earmarked. So that was a fun way to spend a day, and that was sort of, there was no money to be made doing that. I was just chaining through wormholes. No luck as of yet. And also we have, I think I can say this because it's pretty clear from the name of the corporation. We've set up a high-sec Alpha Alt Corp that just every now and again, for content and for fun, it's all alpha pilots, so obviously we've all just set up those of us that have joined have set up a new account, left it as alpha, and we're running alpha fits, and we want to join in and offer our services wherever we can with that corporation and high-sec war decks. So most of the time we'll offer assistance in defense, and basically just see how we get on. It's going to be really cheap alpha fits that will run as a small fleet, and just see what sort of stuff we can get up to, see what we can do. So that, again, that's content generation for us, but more importantly for our members. It's Hot Black's baby, and that should be really good fun. We're going to have our first one probably this week. If you haven't seen yet, who was it? Snuffed Out. I think Snuffed Out have declared war on the owners of the Tranquility Trade Tower, or the Keepstar in Jita, basically, or Perimeter. Sorry, the Perimeter Tower. So we're going to go and offer our help to the defending side, I think, and just see what we get up to. See if any of the timers work, and that's it. It's like the nice thing is it's completely casual for us, right? They're not our structures. They're not our wars. Our mains are completely separate from the whole thing. So if we can make a timer, we can make it. That's awesome. We'll help out. If we can't make the timer, shrug. Sorry. And as I said, at least to begin with, we're not doing it to make ISK. We're not going to be billing people for our services. We're just there for the content to see what we can do. Let's see if we can help out where we can. So that should be a lot of fun. But we've been planning that a bit this week as well. Been training up the alts, getting all that in the right place. What else have we been doing? We are looking, as I say, hard for the wormhole and are making other plans in that regard. So in an effort to sort of prepare ourselves for a move back into wormhole space when the time comes, we are planning sort of setting up a temporary home in wormhole space. So that's taking a bit of work to plan and make sure we're not just, it's not going to be much risk, there's not much risk in it, but make sure we're not just throwing money away, as I love to do, as you've seen. And basically just to get us all back into the wormhole mindset and the way of playing and that sort of stuff. So that should be coming up in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. I have got ahead of myself in my head, so I've had a couple of things lined up that I've been holding in my head, and I've now jumped through to another thing. So I'm trying to backpedal and work out where I was going next. So then I've also didn't take a huge amount of time, but I've been heavily neglecting my PI recently. So I made my way back down to RC1 and was playing with my PI chain down there for a little bit. Extracted a few 100 million out of that and have set it off again. As I said, that did take a little while because I needed to get back to the C1 and had neglected it. But I'll be keeping that just ticking away gently until we have another permanent home. And at that point, I think now I've neglected that area enough that I can justify tearing it all down when we've got a new home and setting up a new one. So that'll be fun. There may well be some more videos around that at some stage. And then LinkedIn coming up. So LinkedIn to Wormholes is as part of the relationship with WOMP, Weapons of Mass Production. They're really good, or they're working very hard on setting up their new bros really well with guides and with advice and stuff. So if you're new to the game, obviously come join us. But if you don't want to join us in DISA, I can thoroughly recommend Weapons of Mass Production. They are good for new guys. But also join us and then access the WOMP stuff anyway, Haha. No, but genuinely they are top notch. So I've been chatting to one of their FCs, and he's sort of setting up their training program for the new bros. And he has asked if I'd be happy to put together a really basic, so proper new bros wormhole exploration video, and all the mechanics and stuff with that. So I will be trying to do that probably in the next week. So I'll be putting a video out on the absolute basics of wormhole exploration, from all the way down from scanning down the wormhole, and then jumping in, using D-scan, scanning down the other signatures, the relic sites and the data sites. Probably run a relic or data site on it and go through that, although there are already some very good guides around how to do that. And we'll talk about some sleeper sites and stuff as well, what to avoid if you're just doing exploration, all that kind of jazz. Maybe even rolling wormholes, but that might not come up because it's a new bro exploration video, not a living in wormhole video. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. And then and then also again, I think I can say this. I'm going to say it, so who knows? The guys we were working with in the C5, where you saw the C5 ratting fleet, because we decided not to move in with them full time, that we're no longer blue, which is which is cool. Obviously, we'd have loved to have been, but completely respect their decision that if we're not in their wormhole, we're content for them, so they don't want to be blue to us. That's cool. But I've been getting on really well with a couple of their guys, especially the CEO, and so I have a separate sort of personal relationship with them. So I've got another alt training up, who should be ready really soon, actually. Later this week, should be able to fly the low skill point Nesta fit that we've got. She is training up and will be joining their corporation soon, and which is really nice of them because it means I can access their ratting fleets on a Saturday night. We can join their Blops fleet out of Jita, some other weeks. Although quite a fair bit more training will need to go into that alt if I want to take part in those, because it's all stealth. But so that's really nice, and so hopefully I will be able to bring you another proper C5 ratting video as well. That's my plan anyway. And as part of that, we have broken 500 subscribers, which is awesome. Thank you all so much for joining the channel and watching and being part of this. It means a huge amount that there are now 515 people or something that are subscribed to this channel and think I'm not a complete idiot. Unless, of course, you're subscribed because you want to laugh at the idiot. And if that is the case, cool. But hopefully not. Hopefully you find it somewhat informative, as well as some light entertainment or ASMR for some of you who just listen to me chat away on a Sunday evening. Although obviously today's not Sunday. But so, yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, why not? Subscribe. Rude. I just joke. Obviously, if you don't want to subscribe, you don't like the channel, don't subscribe. But please do if you can. Like, it makes a huge difference to the channel, and to me, it makes this sort of worthwhile. But anyway, what I'm rambling towards is, as I said, once we broke 500 subscribers, we'll be doing another giveaway. And I've also been giving away clues as to what they might be. The biggest clue yet is the giveaway will be run as and when I put together the C5 ratting fleet video in my Nesta. So subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you can see when that video drops, because it won't be part of the regular scheduled series, it will be separate. So make sure you subscribe so you can see when that comes out. And as part of the giveaway, you'll have to be subscribed to the channel anyway. But that will be really soon, hopefully. As I say, I think I'd possibly just need to get my ult in, the right training. Although I might talk to the CEO about bringing my main down for um, one evening so that I can record and run the giveaway. Um, so I'm really excited about doing that as well. So hopefully there'll be a few videos coming out in quick succession. That's the plan anyway. Complete New Bros guide into C5 ratting fleets. Bit of a range. And maybe also if people are interested, we can do some nullsec ratting, um, solo nullsec ratting in a Gila as well. That's all possible. Maybe we'll do that as well. Who knows? I'm just excited that I'm recording again. Hopefully you can hear that as well. I don't know how much I transmit my emotions in my voice over these recordings. Sometimes I listen back to myself and I'm like, Jesus, that guy's boring. But to be fair, there's a bunch of other Eve YouTubers that I think are the same. So maybe it's the content. Nah, I'm joking, of course. Because there are some other Eve YouTubers that are phenomenally entertaining. I love listening to DeLone Wolf, for one. As I say, Danak as well, gaming since the 70s. Really enjoy listening to those guys. Anyway, I've reached the point in the video where I'm just rambling. So I guess I will stop here. As again, I think I've missed loads, but I probably also touched on all of it. Who knows? If you've got any comments or questions or anything, drop me a comment. Reach out to us in game. Disaster area are always recruiting, and if you can't find us, look me up. I am Ward Enderas, name of the channel. You can find me in game, or you can message me, mail me, or jump on the corporation and join one of these channels, and you can chat to us in there, or message any of these people. All the information is on there if you do want to join. We will be excited to have you, and we are going back to wormholes. If that's what you're interested in, that's where it's at. But we've also got a relationship with nullsec guys. We've got high sec activities. We've got a lot going on, and yeah, I guess thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button, give it a good old thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next one. Cheers.